What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel, Jigs on these Wi-Fi streets. I'm Jigs. Jigs in these Wi-Fi. I fucked up my own name. Look at the Lord. Done had a brain hiccup. Anyway, Jigs in these Wi-Fi these Wi-Fi streets. Thank you for clicking on my video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. If you already have, thank you so very much. All y'all go check out all my other videos. Please utilize the comment section. Give me a like. And if you want to share, go ahead if it's in your spirit too. So let me get into it, right? So, recently it came out that Melissa Gorga has blocked Gia and Melania. Now, I want to say that's petty, but I can't. I can't. Now, the girls, they're entitled. They're the babies. Okay? I'm not holding them to nothing. I've never met them in person, but I literally have watched them grow up. Okay, literally, I've done watched them grow the fuck up. So, you know, I feel like a long distance auntie, TV auntie type shit. So I'm not gonna do the girls, but everybody's always blaming Melissa and Joe as though we have not seen plenty of seasons where Joe Judice, and I love me some Joe Judice, I do. I love me some Joe Judice. But he has talked shit about Joe Gorga on camera. He has done it in conversations where Joe Gorga was not there and there was no rhyme or reason for him to be talking shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I live in New York. There's always going to be some type of background noise. Anyway. And Teresa has not wasted a second in talking shit about both Melissa and Joe. Which what gets me more so is Melissa's her sister-in-law. I'm not co-signing her fucking with her sister-in-law. You know, but her brother, she has called her brother trash. She has called her brother a lot of fucked up names. She shows her brother no fucking mercy. Everything's always Melissa and Joe. It's on TV. Like, let's even go back to Melissa's first season. With the fucking pinoli cookies. Did I need to know that she threw them in the garbage? Like, she couldn't wait to say that part of the story. She only told the story to let us know she threw them in the fucking garbage. Now, I know simultaneously Melissa was also telling the story in that episode, but let's be clear that the fucking producers and production assistants and shit, you don't think they running back to the other ladies what's being said in conversation so they can have something to respond to? Like, come on. They both told the story, and they were both petty. And let's be clear, I'm not saying that Joe or Melissa are both innocent. There's been plenty of times where Melissa pissed me the fuck off. This is not a I hate Teresa thing. I don't get royalties to be nobody's fucking fan. I'm not obligated to like nobody. My fanship for anybody is always true. And there's only two housewives of the whole entire franchise that I cannot fucking stomach. Laura from fucking OC, the lady that accused, I'm sorry I'm cursing, but I'm a little hyped right now. Laura, the lady that accused, what's her name? Vicky of threesomes. I can't stand that fucking lady. And Camille grandma. Y'all hate Danielle Staub for what? For being engaged 19 times and being a stripper. The lady is limber at 50. And let's be clear, she got 19 dudes to propose. Let me get a pen and a pad. Y'all mad at her? I want to take notes. I mean, she a little off. But I can't stand Camille and I can't stand Laura. This is not an I hate Teresa thing. This is holding people accountable for their bullshit because nobody on the show does it. Now, Dolores is the only one who I pull to the side. Why? Because Dolores grew up with. There's a certain loyalty. I have friends going back to the age of 12 where, let me tell you something. My homie Erica and Cara, those are my two longest standing friendships that I tell you both them women could call me. Talking about they be somebody. Yeah, I'm coming with the tape and the duffel bags and all of that. That's how real it gets. There's no skeleton in none of our closets. We don't now. Hey, that's how real the friendships go. Okay? Dolores is loyal, not even to a fault. She is just one of them people that you definitely want on your side. But there's a longevous friendship there. Everybody else just co-signs Teresa's bullshit as though She shouldn't respect her brother any more than the respect she commands from him. What about her respect towards him? The girls have every right to feel how they feel. They have watched their Uncle Joe pretty much talk shit about their father season for season. And Joe is wrong in not understanding his nieces and not respecting them. But Teresa's equally wrong for not respecting and understanding Antonia and her nephews, because season for season, they've not just watched Teresa talk shit about their mother. They've watched Teresa talk shit about their father, a.k.a. her only biological sibling by mother and father. Teresa may have all the in-laws in the world, and so does Joe, but they are the only by mother and father, brother and sister that they fucking have. And she's been way more, if you ask me, disrespectful towards Joe. She doesn't respect her brother. And I know in my spirit she loves her brother, but I don't think she cares for her brother. And I feel like that's trickled over to the girls, who I believe love their uncle. But I also believe that they've been a little tainted by their mother. Now, with the exception of Joe is wrong for understanding these girls are not little kids no more. And they have asked him time and again to please refrain from speaking on their father. And they're right to ask him. And he's wrong for not respecting his nieces. But Teresa has no respect for Antonia or her brothers. She doesn't give a fuck. And if you ask me, and not for nothing, but based on the behaviors, this is my viewing eyes. I have been watching season for season. I take you back to Jacqueline, Carolyn, Dina, her, and Danielle being the starting five. Okay? Season for season. Everybody's disrespected each other. Melissa has tried it. There's been plenty of times. I think I had a brain fart. I was saying this earlier, and but I'm not re-recording this. Melissa plenty of times has thrown digs. She has brought up Teresa in conversations. Back when Rosie, I love me some Rosie. Back when Rosie, and I forgot Rosie's sister's name. I mean, plenty of times she's done it. And plenty of times that I have felt that Melissa and Teresa has had little spats where she did not have to run back and tell Joe. She could have just kept that shit between them two. She didn't have to go back and get him all riled up and worked up. She did it because she know he's going to get on the phone and call her. Like, let's be clear. Melissa's not innocent. But Teresa has been way more vicious towards the both of them. So much so that I'm inclined to believe that, God forbid, if any man disrespected any of his nieces, Joe Gorga catches wind, he's getting in the car, he's going to jail that day. But I don't believe that Teresa would defend her niece and nephews in a conversation. Or at the very least, she would just mind her business. I'm not saying she would talk shit about them. I'm saying she would let shit be talked. And then instead of saying anything negative about them, which I don't believe she would do that, I do believe she would say, that's because of Melissa. It's not them. It's not Antonia. It's because Antonia watches Melissa. Well, Gia and Melania and Adriana and Gabriella have been watching her mother, and her mother has been very stank and very nasty towards their uncle and their auntie. And what gets me is more Joe. I'm not saying fuck Melissa, but it's one thing to spar with Melissa and fuck with Melissa. Respectfully to Melissa, fuck it, you not blood. But Joe, she has called her own brother trash. Now, I love me some Teresa, but when it comes to Joe, I am hashtag Team Joe. I don't give a fuck who Teresa argues with. I'm always hashtag Team Teresa when it's her versus anybody else. But when it comes to the Gorgas, what gets me every time is the way that she speaks on her brother. That shit kills me. Okay? What about all of what she said about her brother? What about her treatment of her brother? Everything is Melissa and Joe. Nothing is Teresa. And Joe Giudice never talked shit about Joe Gorga and Melissa. Yes, he did. I watched season for season. Yes, he did. Just nobody wants to hold neither of them to accountable for anything. It's always Melissa and Joe. They're always getting the short end of the stick. It's always their fault. I'm sick of it. Nobody's going to say nothing. The only person in that whole entire group of Jersey that will say something would be Dolores, which she's not out the loyalty. And like I said, they go back. So I'm going to exempt her from that. The only other one is Caroline. And Caroline, sick of Bravo. Caroline will come do a cameo, baby. But ain't no amount of zeros. I don't know what the fuck Andy Cohen gonna have to pay that lady to come back. But that's the only one who would have something to say. And before I go, let me just say this real quick. And this is just me putting my 2 cents, by the way. Did I mention that in the beginning there? This is just me putting my 2 cents in. That's it. That's all. Louis! Joe Giudice would never. Let me tell you something about Joe Giudice. Okay? Simple man. Simple man. Good food from scratch. He don't play that shit. Remember, he chefs it up in the kitchen too. And he does shit from scratch. So he ain't doing with the excuses. Good food. Good alcohol. A good game. A good cigar. That's it. Simple motherfucker. He not hiring no PIs. Mira you just got here. I know that's your wife. And I know those are your new stepdaughters. I get you have to do as a man what you got to do. But hiring PIs and you got dirt on people, Joe Giudice would fucking never. Say what you want about Joe Giudice, but he would never. I am not feeling Louis. I don't care. I ain't marry him. That ain't my stepdaddy. I don't gotta like him. Now, yeah, I just want to come talk shit, let you know how I felt about that, okay? I'm so sick and tired of it's always Melissa and Joe. Melissa and Joe. Joe Giudice had his fucking nasty moments with Joe Gorga, and there was moments which, in my opinion, he started it. Teresa has been giving her brother and her sister-in-law nothing but fucking venom. Going back to that fucking pinoli cookie story. Okay? And again, what gets me is how she talks about her brother. And how she gets on her brother. If you want to fuck with your sister-in-law, that's one thing. But your brother's your brother. And that's your only brother. And if you ask me, she doesn't care. She loves him, but she does not care. She loves him. But I don't think she gives a fuck if she's ever in the same room with him. And I think he does. And that's why I take his side. They both have been nasty. Both her and Melissa have been tit for tat. None of them gave a flying fuck about their kids' personal feelings. No, they didn't. Because they didn't think about how this would affect their cousin relationship in the future. It should be all them kids versus every fucking body else. Not them at odds with each other. Because their fucking parents don't have the emotional capacity to get their shit together. There's been times where they have not been able to spend time with each other because their parents are fucking fighting. They have missed occasions and certain situations and certain celebratory moments. They have missed it. And they're fucking cousins. And why? Because their parents can't get their shit together. It's been all of them. But Teresa has been the most nastiest of all of them. I love her. I take her side on everybody. Except her and Caroline, a monkey in the middle. I just want to see them spar. Because that's a good fight. I don't give a fuck. That's a good one right now. But when it comes to her brother, what makes me go Joe is because I think Teresa doesn't give a fuck. If she ever sees him again. If she ever gets a hug from him again. And I think he does. I also think, God forbid, any man disrespected any of the Giudice girls. And Joe got brothers out here. Don't get him fucked up. And let me tell you something. For his daughters, I think that man finna try to cross over to America. He don't play about that. It's his heart. Or give him his daughters too, because he's a good father. He don't play about those girls. But if Joe Gorga catches wind that anybody has disrespected his nieces, he's going up under the jail. I do think if Antonio was at a mall and Teresa was there and Teresa saw a grown woman coming at Antonia, disrespecting her. Oh, Teresa's topping her shoes off. In the moment. I believe that. But I do not believe that in a room where somebody brings up Antonia and is saying something negative, that she would curb the conversation or dead it. I think she would say something like, well, that's her mother. She gets that from her mother. Instead of saying, no. I very much so. Due to her behavior, I don't think she cares. But that's just me, in my opinion, and I stand on my opinion. For all you Teresa fans, I said what the fuck I said. I love her. Take it for what you want. I don't get paid to be nobody's fan, so I can be, I can be fair. I can call people out on their bullshit. I love Teresa. This is not a I hate Teresa thing. I don't like Louis. Think he's very slithery and grimy and slimy, and I don't like him. But nobody holds Teresa accountable. Just because you like somebody doesn't mean you can't hold them accountable. And let's be clear, I don't know her personally. I don't really owe her anything. I'm reporting what I'm seeing. Y'all want to absolve her of all responsibilities and pretend like Joe Gorga and Melissa, their whole intention of getting on the show was to fuck with her. No. They got asked, they was probably looking for a check. What you think fucking Teresa and her husband? Oh, they had money, so did the Gorgas. You really think that they're broke just because Teresa says they are? She don't like them. The fuck would you believe? You can't really trust anything that comes out of either of their mouths when it comes to each other, to be honest with you at this point. You just got to go by actions. You know? Now, I know that's saying a lot when I'm talking shit about someone who just watches them on TV, but that's all I can do. And based on what I'm seeing, I don't think Teresa cares. I think she loves him, but I don't think she cares for her brother. And that's what gets me, and that's why I'm hashtag Team Joe. And as for the girls, they have the right to, they to me are the ones that get the short end of the stick. They don't see it that way because they're supposed to be on their mom's side. I just wish they would see that some of the behavior is their mom. And either mind their business or hold their mother accountable. Or show their uncle a little bit more mercy, Anyway, let me let y'all go. Tell me how you feel. If you feel like cursing me out, that is fine, darling. I am from New York. I am from New York. I have to fight rats when I fucking walk to the train station. You calling me? See you next Tuesday doesn't have no effect on me because I know y'all die-hard Jersey fans and y'all even die-harder Teresa fans. That's my opinion, love. And I'll be back with some more. I definitely want to review Atlanta. I should have reviewed Jersey. I might just go back and just... Because you know what? I'm not going to hold you. Teresa... I forgot it was like maybe 2-3 seasons. You know what? The season where Danielle was there. Where she got into it with Margaret. With Teresa... Where Danielle got into it with Margaret, a lot of people did not peep how Teresa was in Danielle's ear. A lot of people overlooked that shit. That was my last season of watching Jersey. I've not watched it because that shit really pissed me off. Now, again, I do not hate Teresa, but that shit really pissed me off. Like, nobody right now will say anything to her. And I'm not trying to get it, to fight what... No, Jennifer... she'll give it to her. Margaret, too. Don't get me wrong. But it's just... Teresa aggravated the fuck out of me that last season. So I did not bother to watch, I think, like 2 seasons. But I'm going to go back and watch this last season. I think I'm going to watch this last season and review it. But I'm definitely going to review Atlanta. Okay, I love me some Atlanta. Yeah. And I will be back on another video. I said what I said, me caso en puñeta, because I know y'all Teresa fans is just like, and cursing me out. Yes, I'm a broke bitch. I'm an ugly bitch. I'm every bitch you want to be. I stand on what I said. I'll be back on another video. Bye, y'all.